Welcome back, everyone, and here we go. We're working on the pond can base. We're going to be doing the grass base layout. In the previous video, I showed you how to set up a foundation. Really easy stuff. In this video, we'll build it out in grass for all the people that love grass. And then we'll go from there.
Just close your
Get
eyes
Pete
and imagine
some
it's a food pounder.
food really quick. I think we got everything we need. Hopefully I got enough grass. If not, I'll have to grab more, but it's crazy how many pieces it takes to build out these cans. You'd think it'd be just a little bit, but it's quite a bit.
Just lollipops.
So hopefully this is enough. I got tired of building these pallets. Oh, you know what? I need to grab one of the stem pallets. I built these when I was clearing out. I'm slowly clearing out all the grass. I'm gonna completely destroy the lower grasslands and cut all the grass completely. So it's just a barren wasteland, which will be cool. It should look pretty cool being able to see the whole haze and everything, and just it all being empty. And then we'll leave the upper grasslands. A lot of the upper yard stuff you can't even cut anyways because it's not like crabgrass. Alright, here's our foundation, and it is pretty much bulletproof. You've got six floating platforms that we lined up. I showed you how to line these up for the optimal fitment in the last video, which applies to every base build anywhere that's inside an object, essentially, like the cans and some other places. I'm not going to spoil that I'm going to build in future videos. You know, the Molar bottle, and I've got a couple other places that you wouldn't think you could build in that you can, that I'll be showing you. So here we go. This is perfect. If you wanted to get crazy, you could, you know, put one in the middle here. Yeah, I mean, that's just like, that's insane. And it's not needed. So let's try to come up with something in grass. Oh, come on. And you can see how lining this up allowed pretty much perfect fitment of the floor. One thing to note, I've noted in the last videos, is that the grass is the thinnest wall. So make sure, like, all the floors are pretty much the same thickness, but since grass is such a thin wall, like if I put it near this brick wall, you can see how it's clearly much narrower just from the part that's sticking out. There's also some on this side. It's not good to lay out your blueprints like this in grass. That's why I use brick, because say you laid this out in grass and it cleared here, but then you used a thicker wall, then you'd have to redo your whole blueprint. Just to make note of that, if you are someone that watches through the whole video, pay attention to that, because then you're not going to be rebuilding this whole thing and having to start from the beginning, because that just is not fun. Now this corner sticks out a little bit on the build, so we're just going to do this. So you got a floor and all. We're going to use the grass doors since it's all grass, and they're lined up nice, and it looks good for as good as grass can look, I guess. Not a huge grass fan, but Okay, let's start with, and another thing, grass and mushroom brick. I covered this in the last one, but just a reminder, their walls are taller than a standard wall, as you can see. There's your standard height. And for some reason, grass and mushroom brick are much higher. So you need to make sure, like, you gotta be careful when building with them, because it might stick out where a normal wall wouldn't if you had planned to fit a normal wall. And for some reason, we're using grass or mushroom brick instead. Just keep an eye out for that. The only time it levels out is when you place something over, like a floor or something over it. See, that might stick out till I put a floor on it. No, we're still good, but it's very close. And then obviously with the weird, here's the half wall. The half wall will be the right size. So it's kind of odd. Let me check that corner though, hold up. There's like a sliver. See, that's acceptable, nothing, they can't hit that. And we don't even need to have, honestly, you know what, let's just build this out this way. And try to not have anything sticking out. So for this can, I built it with 2 doorways for those that want peace of mind in case you get raided, because I've used this can well into New Game Plus with absolutely 0 issue. Like, zip, nothing. It's awesome. And it's very easy to build this out. Very, very, very easy. Obviously 2 grass doors aren't going to really do anything for you. But you can, you know, we're just doing this in grass to show. You want high defense doors, but here you go. So you already got a ton of space in here. Normally I don't build a ceiling in this can. I'm not going to in this video. I will make it 2-story though. You have a lot of options for doing that. A ladder, stairs. I've put it spiral staircases. And we'll tweak it as we go through it. Let's just see, like, honestly, let's just go, we can utilize this space. Should I just do a ladder really fast? Here, let's see. See if that sticks out. Whoops, hold up. Hold the phone. There we go. We should just be clearing that corner. Looks good. Actually, we're not even gonna do that. We're gonna do this so that the base, each floor is even. We're gonna mimic the flooring. We'll do the half floors up here, and you'll probably see why. It just helps to line this up like it was, especially if we go to put railing or something, because see, if we put railing around the top, which is what I normally do here, we wouldn't put it on this edge piece or it'd stick out. It would go right here, and you would just have this gap right here where like that's mainly for the entrance, so that it's like completely sealed off. When this door's closed and at night and stuff, then the wolf spiders, nothing can see in here, or the mosquitoes, any of the annoying, like ultra annoying critters. Let's just do, and it's also gonna help when we climb up here, because we're gonna maximize this floor space, and we're gonna do this. We'll just put a ladder here. I gotta grab some stuff for a ladder really quick. I think I just need the acorn tops, but since this is the handiest base area in the game, we're right next to where you can find acorn tops. Awesome, yeah. And like I said in the last video, you can make one giant room, or we could do half and half. We'll probably do half and half, because if you're building this out of grass, unless you love building stuff out of grass, you want to be able to fit one of these in here. And look at how much space you have. These things are a nightmare to fit anywhere. I normally will put 2, and I'll go over that in a minute. Like for an early base build, I'll show that off and everything really quick. Just give me a sec. Let's get our ladder. You know, maybe we'll even go less than half. Well, and we can copy this around, but you can see it won't work. But we can put this here, and you know, put a well, this one will fit. It's just the other ones that won't fit. You know, and you could go diagonal, but then you're overlapping over there. I guess we'll leave this side open. So let's see really quick. Let me get let's do, well, that's fine for now. Let me go grab some acorn tops.
Feeling a little safer now.
You gotta be aware of that infected wolf spider. That thing just can be a little bit of a handful sometimes if you're early in the game and you haven't fought one yet. You just want to use a shield so you can block the explosive damage. Other than that, it's not too big of a deal, but just especially on low, even on medium, the explosive damage does a lot if he gets hit, because it also staggers you. So you want to watch out for that. Cool, that's exciting. It's so exciting. So yeah, like we could build, yeah, I've never really done a ceiling in this can. I mean, we could make it happen, I think. So if we're not using grass, you can hear your koi fish. Let's just play it out. So the can slopes. But, well, let's see. Come on, it's not obstructed. Nonsense. Oof. That is so close. That's actually better than I thought it would be. Okay, let's try something for kicks. Humor myself right now and see if we can fit this. Like I said, every time we build one, we try to build one different from the last. Obviously same technique. So let's just see what we got here. We could do a 2 wide ceiling, it looks like. That's not too bad. I mean, that's actually not bad, especially for how much smaller this can is, because you've got to do the you got to make space for the foundation, because obviously there's water in the bottom of the can. So let's see, maybe we will just build a big old chunky base right now. So the first thing to do, and then what we could do, is slap these here, same thing as we did on the last one. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Half walls. Oh yeah, hold up. It just looks, it throws you off because that's a single grass wall, but they have that weird graphic of the top. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. It looks like this might work if you lined it up well. We might cut into the can a little. No? We're good on this side. How are we over here? Now, just because this fits with grass, though, because it's so thin, this most likely won't work with thicker walls. We'll have to test it. Obviously, the base evolves. In the last video, the base evolved like 4 different times. Every time we got a new material, we added a new element to the base. So we'll have to see. So before you build any of this, let's go outside, and here's a free bee. It sounded like it landed on the can. It did. See these wasps, like I was saying in the video where I built the foundation, the wasps here, they like to just kill everything. So there's a bee up there. I'm not going to loot it, but as you can see, you can loot it. They'll kill the mosquitoes, they'll kill everything. And we're good to go here. So let's build this in and see what we got. Oh, that's fine. Curious if I got enough grass. Oh. And then we'll have to obviously reconfigure our ladder, but that's not a big deal. For the price of having a ceiling to hang stuff from and store more stuff, I mean, that's a small price to pay. Come on. So it looks like this will almost work perfectly, because I don't want it to stick out. So this wall right here is nearly sticking out. If you can see through there, it isn't. But because it has that extra graphic, the like top pieces that like how these have, as you can see, the line is right there, but there's like a whole half wall on top. We're not gonna build that in a full grass wall. We're gonna use the grass half wall and a quarter, just so we know it's not sticking out. Otherwise it'll stick out. The only thing that's terrible is the grass half wall is legitimately a not like an actual whole square like the other ones. It's so we're just gonna have to deal with that. Really, the grass stuff is really just really clumsy building with it. I guess it's okay if you're in the beginning of the game, but build this out first because it's hard to reach. Oh, we're getting low on grass. We don't have enough. Just had to have a ceiling. We'll whip our torch out. I'm gonna shorten this floor just a little bit so we can relocate a couple of these. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Taking a look.
Wow, that actually made some major room in this space. So the only thing is this wall. Okay, so if we were to do this in like brick, man, I don't think the lower wall for sure would fit. This one should fit. This wall here, but not on this side. Ugh, maybe. It'll be interesting to see if we can pull this off, because that would make this base, which is already my favorite area, favorite can to build in. That changes things, because like I said, I've never bothered to put a ceiling in here. So we got some major room already. Just for comparison, you can see, I don't know, what's the biggest thing I got right now? The mantis. You can fit a mantis in here. Even with half the floor, I think. Let's see. That is so brutal. So as you can see, if that's not crazy, I don't know what it is, you know, and we aren't even close to done, let alone the finished base. So we gotta figure that ladder. We're gonna slap the ladder on the side of this right here. Oh yeah. Money, 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 money. So then we're just gonna move this here. And then there we go. And it's out of the way, tucked away. Tucked away. Just flip these around. And then here we go. You gotta go upstairs. You're upstairs. Oh. I'm so tempted just to leave this like a single story again and put, like, maybe I could put a pedal bed over here. Kind of similar design. But normally I'll put all my gear and my machines up top, and then I will usually put two of the like dew catchers or whatever they're called. If I can find them, they're over here somewhere. I usually put two of these things, and I'll put them diagonal like this. Obviously I'll line them up better so they're like even, because I'm OCD. And then what you'll do is bring these floors out to maximize your room here. And then what you do is just put triangular panels right here. So this is for the new game, like for sure early game players. Obviously you'd have to unlock the floating foundation, but then, you know what I mean, there you go. And you got this nice floor here that you can we can see when it's built, how you can walk right up to them whether you're upstairs or not, and it gives you like a massive amount of room here, as you can see. We're not going to do that. I might do another fancy build with lots of storage. This is pretty dope. Maybe leave a room for, like a spot for a teleporter up there. At the end, when I am done with all this, we're going to go to New Game Plus, or I might go to New Game Plus before I build all the bases I was going to build. And that way you can see these bases in action during New Game Plus. But then we'll put a teleporter in every single one, and then you have this crazy network. Like one can is your raid can that's all decked out like this, but has a emitter in it, so you can just summon a bunch of bugs and farm them for raw science for more telepathies or all the other stuff, or duping boss items if you can't beat them on New Game Plus, or whatever you got to do, you know. But then you'll have another like can or two that are you know, whatever you want them to be. They can be storage cans. I usually will use, actually, you know what, let's just, because we're going to do it in grass, obviously you guys can see that there's plenty of room in here. Let's just do this. So one can, I'll just turn this into like our chill can. We're going to turn this can into a one giant indoor basketball court. Because why not? I mean, like, honestly, I'll turn it into a real base like in the next video. But as you can see, we've got the grass pretty much laid out. So let's just square up the room so it's like nice and tidy. Let's yeah, let's do this here. So for the purpose of this video, since we already got all that set up, let's just, yeah, that's plenty. That's like legit court size. We'll just do this for now. And then I'll just break these later. We'll keep that same blueprint though, because this blueprint has some serious potential. And you'll start to see it. Okay, what the heck? Why is that the right? Okay, so I don't know why it just built these all jacked up. Unless there's two of them. Okay, I'm genuinely confused why these don't have the gap that this one here has. That's really weird. Unless there's... Am I blind? There might be two and I'm just... No, that's weird. I don't know why that... What? Oh, it changes it. Wait, what the heck? So if these build... Okay, I'm not even sure what's going on here. That's kind of weird. If it's turned sideways, it changes. If it's... Depending on which way you're facing, apparently you get... Wait, what? Okay, so... Or is it because it's not hanging from a floor piece? Okay, that's... So it has to be from like a floor, like a full floor? Or... I don't know, that's weird. Crazy. Like I said, I don't build a lot of stuff in grass. So let's see. I need like a small handful of grass really fast.
That's a spider. That's definitely a spider.
Most of this grass is dead. Right? Yeah, it's all dead. Here we go. See if we can make it without getting attacked. This should be enough to finish it off. Okay.
Stuck in a web.
Bruh. Try not to have the spider fling those all over the place. They like to flip your grass blades all over the place, which gets really annoying.
If I could keep that aphid as a pet.
So we can just put these here in case we don't use them all. So yeah, the point I was trying to make is you can turn these into like whatever, but one of them, like if you're playing with your friends or whatever, you know, you might want to have a basketball hoop set up. I might have to put another wall here really fast. grass to help line this up. It should still be supported, I would hope. Come on. It might not like that though with the doorway there. That's pretty even. The only thing is, it's in a can, it's hard to get like the arced shots. Like, but you can still like do like a lot, honestly. So I need clay. Killing the spider was super handy. So. That's good right there. Those are pretty even. I mean, that's good from hoop to hoop. So essentially, you could change your floor pattern too, so it, you know, it actually looks like a basketball court.
I feel a little less squishy now. Ant crossing.
This map's gonna look so crazy when I get rid of all the grass down here. It'll be the lower wasteland. Okay, let's see. Clay. I didn't sort any of this stuff, so I have no idea where it is. Oh, there we go. If you haven't tried the basketball yet, it is, because you gotta, one of the achievements is getting like a really long shot. I think it's like 50 centimeters or something. But if you haven't tried it, it is 100% like difficult till you get used to it. It's definitely a interesting thing. We obviously don't have lights, but yeah, there you go. You can get some dunk biz going on, and then obviously like arcing the shots, you gotta see like it'll hit the ceiling unless you aim low. You know, close your door so it doesn't go out of the can, and then, you know, you just practice a little bit. But as you see, so yeah, you can turn this into a indoor basketball court, or, you know, whatever you want. You can turn it into your stuffed critter storage. You can turn it into your room of mounts. Literally just cover all the walls. You want a brood mother in here, go crazy and put a brood mother in here. She fits. Look at that. You can still play basketball in here and have just one hoop and have the brood mother in here. You know, you can go nuts. So there you have it. There it is in grass. Obviously we'll modify it more and get a real base built. This was just an example. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe if it was of any help, or you like the ideas. If this helped you, please share if you can, so it can help someone else. But yeah, the main thing, enjoy the game, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it.